hands don't leave homies hanging, that's true. Fuck a phony walking flesh suit. Stuck in a world where I can't be heard. Words serve as a release to my nerves. I'm sure I'm irrelevant, but observe the intelligence. Cerebellum swelling for more than just the hell of it. A lonely individual holding on by only syllables. Simply lost control, trying to regain it back. Track after track I pull and I hold. Who knows if it's even supposed to mold cold? Where I stand, live stone planet. Granted, I'd hate the planet if music never landed. Left short-handed to help the damage, i.e. carnage like a sandwich, in which I switch from fists to lips, so quick to swift to lip. Of course that's figurative, in a way, okay. Initially I wait too long, then it's too late. Lessons get learned each and every day. I've been being bashed and burned in every state of mind. It's becoming lame, my brain has to strain itself to find someone of intellectual incline. If you spit fine but don't think you're better than everyone because your shoes are spit shined. Appearance doesn't matter, you gotta live blind to actually open your eyes. It's no surprise, can't realize real ties and extreme lies. Live on the free fly, why try to comply to a planet which you're oblivious to when you die?
Welcome. This is my hand. That was the dope song Crushing Conformity by the amazing Chase Passion. And that was my doodle video introducing the Angel's Blood segment. Now, you haven't seen Ken's comics in a while. It's been a crazy summer, but I just got in the new books and I could not wait. I couldn't set up enough to do a big show, but I do have enough wherewithal to show you what we got. So I'm going to turn some more light on. I'm going to get in the shadow too. So here's the deal, man. I am so excited about Angel's Blood. All right. You guys been following me at all? You know that Michael Barr and I have been working on Angel's Blood for quite some time. So we're going to get right to it because Angel's Blood has been a pet project for a lot of years, and finally seeing some of this stuff come to fruition is just, it's sick. So maybe some of you don't know, so I'm going to start with the beginning because all of this that you're going to see is stuff that's going out with in envelopes and packages this week for Kickstarter rewards. Starting with, we got some new copies of Angel's Blood #1. And if you haven't seen Angel's Blood #1, this is my baby right here. This is the thing that started it all. This is one of the coolest books I've ever done, and I did this the art for most of this over 15 years ago. And the reason it exists is because we had a publisher, lost a publisher, went through a lot of trials with this book, and I just couldn't let it sit on the shelf. So in 2017, I was trying to get myself together and figure out how to do more comics on my own. I had been self-publishing for a while, and I wanted to work on the Kickstarter routine and figure out how to make that self-sustainable. So I wanted to dust off Angel's Blood, and we made this happen. So in 2017, we ran the Angel's Blood #1 Kickstarter. I was trying to go with Ink Therapy Comics as a new brand for myself, and I just didn't stick with that because really it didn't fit for me. But so this is the one and only collector's edition Ink Therapy Comics. No other Ink Therapy Comics exist. There is a tattoo shop called Ink Therapy, which I started getting their messages, and that was a little weird on Facebook. But anyway, I mean, you look at this, you open up, you see the beginning of Angel's Blood. Father Miller starts off in this church. Down here, you see Golgoth, little shadow of a demon who's tracked down Golgoth. The angels are circling. And it's going to get a little hairy in there. I would like you to read the book, get the book, contact us to buy it. You can get it on Indie Planet. You can get it from one of us personally. It'll be in our local comic shops or available for digital download. We have guest pinup artists Lubasan, Ken Bastard. My man Ken Bastard did a great thing. We'll talk about him in a minute. And homeboy Adam Wilkinson. And then a special dedication to a hero and a friend of mine, Jim Sanders, who was a comic book artist, epic comic book artist from the 80s, and basically the reason I draw comics to this day. So Jim Sanders, his work is on everything I do. And he passed away shortly before this book came out. So this is our dedication to him. He's a Hulk inker, and Mike and I are both big Hulk fans, so it only seemed right. I'm not going to show you everything. I don't want to make this a long video, but I want you to appreciate that Angel's Blood has come a long way. Again, I'll show you some of the art in this book. I like this art. I love this art. It's some of my favorite art. But again, it's very old, and I have changed and grown as an artist. So you're going to see some different stuff as you look through my work throughout the years. My next project called Hatch, though, comes from this kind of thing where you see my work is very crosshatch heavy. I do a lot of crosshatching, usually because, like this, I intend for my work to look good black or white. If it's never going to be colored, I want it to still look good. So a lot of shading is necessary for me. I did most of this with technical pen before I started to learn about brushes and ink and brush tip pens and stuff. So let's go to the issue, or the part of the issue where I've got my guest pinups, and my man Mohammed Lubis, the Lubisan, the great, the one, the only. This guy's got an epic style, and I do not let a lot of people even touch my artwork or my characters. So having Lubison do this, it meant a lot. He was gracious enough to do this one for us for the first issue. We did a little guest here. I had Ken, the other Ken, not me, but the other Ken, do pencils for the cover for the prequel edition, which we'll be talking about shortly. So this is the original pencils from him. Then you'll see me ink and color that later. And there we go. Mr. Wilkinson. Bay City natives will know Adam Wilkinson. He's kind of a staple around here. And he is famous for his dramatic poses and the kind of pencil shading that he does really lends itself to some smooth and dramatic, realistic effects when it comes to muscles, bodies, pinup girls, stuff like that. This you'll recognize because we're going to later on see this. All right, so that was Angel's Blood #1, and most people that got the Kickstarter this time around are also going to get that. That was from 2017. And with that, we had the sketch cover edition, which is a blank cover that I was able to do a lot of drawings on, original. So you can own one of these with an original piece by me, if you buy one from me, or you can take these to the shows, and it's fun to take them and have other artists draw on your sketch covers. So I'm a big fan of sketch covers. I like original stuff. And then you will have a one-of-a-kind comic book that nobody else on this earth has. So that's pretty slick, I think. Skip ahead, I made one also for Angel's Blood 0, which is the last Kickstarter we just did running up. Anyway, so Angel's Blood #1, Angel's Blood #1 sketch cover. Now, when we did the Kickstarter for Angel's Blood #1, it got funded so fast that we were like, bam, what are we going to do? And so we started just inventing stretch goals, which are, if you make your main goal to get the book printed, then what are you going to do? We started just coming up with more stuff. But the problem was we didn't have a plan for that. It was our first Kickstarter. I didn't know what I was doing, and I got in way over my head because in like 2 days we were funded. In a few more days we were double funded, and we had I wanted to keep promising more and giving more to people that were supporting us, but I didn't know what to do. So we came up with this, and that sketch you saw there, the pencil drawing from Ken Bastard, became the cover for the prequel edition. And that is basically 2 short stories that Mike wrote and I illustrated. A couple of snippets now detailing Father Miller as a young man in the Gulf War before he found out he had this sight and could see monsters and demons and went through a little bit of hell there in war. So this is one of my favorite images because for me it's a incredible Hulk homage. It's my nod to the Bruce Banner Gamma Bomb explosion. If you go back and look at Hulk #1, you'll see the dark shadows on Bruce Banner as the bomb blows up behind him. And I wanted to do something like that, even though, I mean, it really didn't make sense in the picture because there wasn't that lighting source, but I just didn't care. This book is more about fantasy and excitement. Some might say more style than substance. I don't care. I just like making cool art. So then there's that reprinted Lubasan. I'm not going to show you everything. I'm going to wait till you get to the next one. So 2 short stories, very bare bones, simple snippet of a book for the Kickstarter for number 1. So we had to do that. We did it. We loved it. It was great. But we wanted to take that up a notch. So we did this new Kickstarter with those stories and more. So there's a couple of more stories in there, more art, and expanding on that. So this year we ran the Angel's Blood Zero Kickstarter. I always loved this piece, and this piece was something that meant a lot to me because before he passed away, my man that I mentioned there, Jim Sanders, was supposed to ink this for me. We were going to work together on this, and we'd worked together on a couple of fan art pieces, and I was really excited to do something professionally with him. So I was hiring him for just a project for the variant cover, and it never came to pass because he passed away. I even had sent him all of the work, the original art for it, and it's just gone. So there's that. So this meant a lot to me to use this on the cover eventually. So I inked it myself and colored it. I missed that I didn't get Jim to do it, but we used it for the cover for Angel Blood Zero. So this is a lot of it is the same as the prequel edition, but it also includes snippets of additional ancillary tales that Mike has written, samplers of that, snippets of things to come. We got a brand new art commission from Lubasan to add to this one. It makes everything just a little bit bigger, bolder, brighter, better. I did more variants. We're going to skip that. So this is the main book that we ran the Kickstarter for. But again, not one to sit on my thumbs here. I couldn't stop there because right away, just like the first book, this one was funded in just a couple of days, about a little less than 3 days. That book was fully funded. So what more were we going to do? Well, we're going to do sketch covers. Okay, those are going to be great. Initial one of a kind. We decided to do a variant cover. Now, I came up with this because I'm a big Hulk fan. I don't know if anybody knows the Incredible Hulk number 1 Jack Kirby cover, and I don't know if I have a sample of it to show you. No, I no longer do. Okay. But this is a near, close kind of a homage, near, not perfect, but a very close representation or a replication of Hulk number 1 by Jack Kirby, only with our characters instead of Banner and Hulk. I used exactly the same color scheme and effects and lettering as they did. I put our characters here, Tubby and Cowboy. Guess which one's which. Instead of the Gamma Bomb, I have our church, which is based on the St. Boniface Church in Bay City, near my house. And so this was the variant. So instead of just letting the book stay as it was, we're going to try and make a color splash edition like we did with the first book. We had a basic edition, and then we went full on with adding color to it. Now, not coloring the whole book like this, but we wanted to add color where it mattered. So it's like where there was blood, it was red. The whole book, issue number 1, has only red throughout it. So you see, whenever someone's bleeding, or there's magic coming from hell, or fire, things were red only when it made sense to be red. So it's just black and red all throughout the book. That was very intentional, even though it cost exactly the same to print full color as it does one color. It was a style choice, and this was what made the book really happen for me. So when we got to the new edition, no pun intended, I wanted to add a couple more colors, but I wanted to keep that same feel. So the black and white art with the cross hatching really stands on its own, but the color splashes still pop. So we have things jump out. So a little bit of blue on the words, or these colors here on the fire. Sorry, bad words. If you're watching this, spoiler alert, it's a mature rated book, a lot of swear words. So these guys get blown away and their blood is red. The fire is yellow and orange. And so the Color Splash edition really made more sense to add different colors. We have sunlight coming in, and it's going to be yellow, but only where there needs to be sunlight. Um, the full color version still didn't make sense for this because for me, Angel of Blood is a book that leans on the cross hatching. It leans on the shading and the line work because that's where my inspiration is for this. Some of my other books don't need that. My superhero work don't need that. So you're gonna see. Spoiler alert too. There's a shark. A lot of this has been posted, so there's not spoilers. I mean, you got to get the book and hold it in your hand to really appreciate it. But we do some really neat stuff with this. When I read the script and found that Golgoth was going to get taken down by a shark, I was like, that's just dope. Okay. I got that. I got the Lubasan. I got a whole new list of dedications and then thank yous for everybody. So this is the special edition Kickstarter only color version of Angel's Blood Zero. And it just has that classic Hulk feel to it. And that's a homage to my inspirations and Mike's inspirations. So it was the best. So my favorite thing here that we made, honestly, maybe my favorite thing I've ever made now, it's going to be this edition. And this is the holofoil or Hollow Blast, I believe it's called, from Kablam. Man, so you're seeing the reflection really well there, and it's almost like a mirror. I'm going to turn the light down, see if you can catch that holofoil blast because it's really spectacular. I feel like I'm not catching it quite right in the light. I got too many weird lights in here. I mean, it's so reflective. You can see my reflection, my silhouette in there, and that's nuts. But so seeing that blast coming from around Golgoth here, just blowing up like the Gamma Bomb blast from the original Hulk. This was a thing I wasn't really sure about, to be honest. It's a new thing Kablam was offering, and I've had all my books done at Kablam. So a big shout out to Kablam and Barry and Jenny Gregory because they do a great job in every book I've ever put out, from Refrigerator Door to Spring River to Pangea and Global Defense, The Citizen, and of course all my Angel's Bloods. It's they never disappoint. But so they're doing this new thing with the metallic and holofoil, and I wasn't sure how it would come out, but I thought, well, and it's kind of pricey. These cost a lot more to print, so we only got a very small run of these initially. I won't lie though, I'm ordering another print run of them because I've had so much interest in this particular book that I just know I'm going to need some more. So I wasn't sure how it was going to look, and I'd written to, look at that, there we go, that's a good shot of the blast, even though you're seeing too much reflection of me in my phone. So when this blows up, man, I love this. So anyway, back shouting out to Jenny and Barry because I started asking them some questions about the holofoil. How does it work? The cover basically prints like this, and is it going to look cool? Will the blast line up? I don't know. I wasn't sure at all, so I only got a few copies. They answered my questions very well, and they had a little video to show you how it worked. And because the paper has the hollow blast on it, it can't be moved. So I had to figure out what's going to look cool on that hollow blast. And this came out tons better than I could have ever hoped. I mean, this to me feels like this guy's being blown up from behind. I'm madly impressed with this. And I only have a few copies now, but I am ordering more. So anybody that's looking for some, man, feel free to hit us up because I think it's going to be something popular. So those are the books anyway. Now let's get to the swag because I'm all about swag. I'm sorry, I'm a geek, but I like swag. So those awesome pinups that we got from Lubasan, my man Mohammed Lubas, and I want you to look closely here because Lubasan.art. That's his handle on Instagram, and he rocks Instagram, man. You got to look this guy up. He is doing so many books right now. He's doing New Global Defense. He's got another one called Crit. I mean, I've lost track. My man, this is my boy. And we've kind of come up the last decade or so together through the indie circuit. And we've we've been good buddies through the ups and downs, and we've worked on several projects together. So I like throwing him some work, and I love promoting his stuff because as you can see, the style that this guy's got is really it's bold and it's edgy. His inks are solid and tight. So anyway, when I decided to get trading cards made, I wanted to get something extra special for the Kickstarter. And the trading cards, I have nothing in my arsenal that I think would make a decent trading card. But Mohammed's work really does. So I thought I'd do a Mohammed only double-sided trading card. And so now these are available and going out to our Kickstarter backers. Boom, 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 boom. So loving that. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I got stickers made because I just love stickers. I got these cool round stickers from Sticker Mule. Hit up Sticker Mule for all your sticker needs. No, I'm not a paid sponsor. Every backer is going to get one of these stickers just as a bonus. I didn't even include those in the Kickstarter. I just love them. We've got books. I've got pins, Angel's Blood pins. Now these pins were left from the first Kickstarter, and our big backers are going to get one of those as a surprise. Unless you're watching, then it won't be a surprise. Some of my friends that backed us at a large level are getting the book Run that I made. I've got some pins for Run. This is a Halloween themed children's book with a sequel coming out next year. Oh, cool. So much stuff. Oh, man. I got some cool, got sleeves for my trading cards. Protect those. I'm going to ship those out nice and neat. Let's check this out. So I made poker chips. I saw these in one of the comics launch groups, and I just thought they were so tight. They had a tremendous reviews, really affordable. I mean, I think it only ended up being. Well, I'm not going to tell you because then it'll spoil how much these cost. But so I got some Angel's Blood logo only poker chips for some of my elite backers. Thank you to some of you guys that backed and added these on because they were available as an add-on for like $5. I got a box of poker chips. Those are sweet. Of course, we got some backing boards. So every comic's going to come with a brand new backing board and a bag. Keep your comics safe. I'm a fan of collecting comics, and even though I don't collect them to keep them pristine, I do want to read them. I think you should enjoy them. I want to keep them safe so you can enjoy them for years and years. And then our big time posters. I'm a lover of the mini posters as well. These are 11 by 17 mini posters. I made some for the Angel's Blood Hulk homage. Oh, yes, I did, sir. We've got some posters from the original run, the Angel's Blood comic, issue number 1. Before I even did 0, we had these posters made for this One Will Fall, One Will Rise, which is Archimedes there, the fallen angel, and then Golgoth, who rises from hell. Chief Torturer in Hell. You'll find in issue, I think, number 2, he rips the head off of Hitler, which I think was awesome of Mike. I'm a big fan of killing Hitler. I've got Lubasan posters here, like so. Oh, man, more of those. And I'll be because I just couldn't let it be. We had to get fresh Lubasan posters of this amazing, amazing piece of art that he put out for us. Like I mentioned, I'm an artist myself. I do most of the artwork for Angel's Blood, but when I do let somebody else touch this bad boy, it's somebody special. Lubasan is somebody amazing, and I'll never stop working with him. We're going to be doing some more stuff together this year. I think that's about it for the goodies for this one. I have other books that I don't have with me that are going out with this, not with this kit, but people that backed also get copies of my other books, The Spring River, The Citizen, stuff like that. I just wanted to put this out there, share. I want everybody to see what we got coming up, what we're doing, how cool this stuff looks, because I mean, I'm so proud of this work. it's been a lot of work, but I'm happy with how it came out. I'm happy with how all the stuff came out. Mike has written a great story, and we have spent a lot of years toiling away and hoping and dreaming for this, and so it's just kind of awesome as a creator to see this all come to life. That's all I got for now. I think I'm going to shut it down. I'll try and do another video later. I need to do some live drawing now that I've got these sketch covers that are going out. I want to draw on them live, and you guys can watch me do that. Thank you, and you guys enjoy. Have a great night, and keep supporting indie comics.